Okay. Last class we were trying to understand problems of object-oriented programming and the need of functional programming. Yes or no? Yeah. This is the syllabus we are trying to learn. Right? So we are trying to learn what do you call functional programming. We are trying to learn building blocks of functional programming and functional interface, generic functional interface, array functional interface, marker annotation, lambda expression and its shortcuts, difference between lambda expression and anonymous inner class, method reference. Okay. And there are 4 ways of implementing method reference. We are trying to learn all 4 ways. And predefined functional interfaces, stream API and parallel stream, collectors, optional, right? And next, we need to apply these all concepts on the real world projects like multi-threading, collections framework, and then JDBC program with the collection API combination, and also some entry questions we have to learn. So this is our, this Java 8 new features topic syllabus. Okay. Then next, we have learned the first topic, what functional programming and building blocks of functional programming. So this is the notes part we have written yesterday. What is the functional programming? It is a one programming paradigm, right? What the use of functional programming? Using functional programming, we can pass a function as an argument to another function without creating extra class, extra method, extra object. We next we have object-oriented programming already. Then why do we need functional programming? Object-oriented programming doesn't allow us to pass function as an argument. To pass function as an argument, I have to create one separate class and I have to create object of that class and pass object, which is increasing the length of the code. Number of Java files are increasing. For example, I wanted to create a class called calc, which will accept addition object as a, arithmetic operation as an argument. For that, I have to create one interface and its implementation class. For each mathematical operation, for each mathematical arithmetic operation, we have to create separate mathematical methods. Okay. So for that, number of lines of code is increasing, number of classes are increasing. Then what the solution to the object-oriented programming? Then we must use functional programming as part of object-oriented programming. That means without object-oriented programming, functional programming will not work. It is just a attachment of object-oriented programming. You can consider object-oriented programming as a switch box, which is fixed to the wall. Now tell me, I want that plug box I want extend to my computer. For that, what we are using? We are using one extension plug box now. That extension box is nothing but functional programming. As part of functional programming, we can pass function as a argument directly without creating new class. Wherever we need to pass function or a logic as our argument, there we must use functional programming. Then what is the advantage of functional programming? We can write less code, means concise code. We can avoid repeated code in creating class, method, object, or passing the function argument. Okay, done. Then if you want to pass function as an argument directly, what are the building blocks of functional programming? The building blocks of functional programming are functional interface and lambda expression. Then what is a functional interface? What is a lambda expression? Okay, here I give a small example. What is a functional interface? An interface that has only one abstract method is called functional interface. And what is the lambda expression? A lambda expression is an implementation of functional interface without any extra name, extra class. So we are implementing this functional interface. We are implementing this functional interface directly. Okay, we are not providing any extra class, extra method. So directly we are providing. That's what Lambda expression. So today our target is understanding. This is a yesterday class. Okay. Yesterday, this is the topic. What we completed yesterday, functional programming we completed. Functional programming and it's a building blocks. This is day 1. Okay. And now, today, let us try to understand the next concept. What is the next concept? Lambda functional interface and Lambda expression we have to learn. Everyone ready here? Hope you all revised yesterday topic. I have uploaded all these points to the Google Classroom yesterday only. One minute, guys. Here, power supply not coming. Yeah, I'll share at end of the class. సురేంద్ర అడ్మిన్ ఒకసారి రమ్మనువా. I'll give you lambda. ఈ పవర్ సప్లై రావట్లేదు చూడండి, బోర్డు పని చేయట్లేదా?
బోర్డు పని చేయట్లేదు. పవర్ సప్లై రావట్లేదు సార్, బ్లాక్ బోర్డ్లో రావట్లేదు. చెక్ చేస్తాను సార్. వస్తుందా? పెట్టలేదు పెట్టలేదు. అక్కడ పెట్టాను సార్. ఇప్పుడు ఇది అక్కడ తీసేసినట్టున్నాను. సార్
Okay. So now let's start understanding today class. What is the topic? Functional interface and lambda expression is the topic we have to understand in today class. So tell me, what is a functional interface? You have an idea already. Yesterday we discussed little bit about functional interface. To understand today class, there is no prerequisite. Okay, today class is completely new. So yesterday topics you can revise after class. So just focus on what we are understanding in today class. So today class topic is what? Functional interface and lambda expression. So this is topic is nowhere related to yesterday class. Today class is completely new. Okay. Now tell me, What is the first point? What is functional interface? Bolo, what is functional interface? An interface. Functional interface is an interface. An interface that has only one abstract method is called functional interface. Simple talk. Okay. So people who don't know, just listen, and people who know already, keep replying. And people who are learning new also, try to keep on give the reply. So if you sit silently, there is no meaning of attending workshop, right? You are wasting your time. So keep learning and keep reply so that you will enjoy the subject. Tell me now. So what is a functional interface? An interface that has only one abstract method is called functional interface. Why functional interface? Okay, for example, sample code. Tell me what is a sample code? How to create interface? Interface. What is a function interface? Function interface is a interface. Interface, some name, any name you can take. I1, open bracket, and I'm taking a method. Any method you can take. So just a concept. Void M1 semicolon. So we has a only one abstract method. So it is a functional interface. Yeah, fine. It is a functional interface. SAM, single abstract method interface. A SAM, single abstract method interface, is called what? Then third point, why functional interface? It is used for enabling functional programming in Java. Also used for storing and passing lambda expression uh, as method argument and return value. A functional interface, simple words I can say, a functional interface provides target type to the lambda expression. So it is used for enabling functional programming in Java. A functional interface provides target type to the lambda expression for storing and passing lambda expression as method argument and return value. Okay. I will explain it with an example so that you will get more clarity. Fine. So now tell me, fourth point is what, or let me make it as a, for example, let us not make this as a new point. Tell me now. If somebody asks, what is the syntax for creating functional interface? How can we create functional interface or syntax for creating functional interface? A functional interface is created by using the keyword interface, and it must contain only one abstract method. Okay, one abstract method. Do you know in a Java 8 version we can create inside interface, we can create something called default implemented methods, static implemented methods, Java 9 onwards private methods. Okay, a functional interface is created by using the keyword interface, and it must contain only one abstract method. Full stop. It contains n number of, no objection, n number of default implemented static implemented. Okay, and third, private, static and non-static methods. Okay, now. Okay, so how can we create an interface? How can we create a functional interface? Functional interface can be created by using interface, and it must contain only one abstract method. It can contain n number of default implemented methods and default static implemented methods, private, static, and non-static. So what the syntax? Syntax is accessibility modifier. Okay, you can use here default or public, and then you can use keyword what? Interface, following by functional interface name, open bracket, closed bracket. Here abstract method, only one abstract method, and we can contain plus. Okay, for example, in place of syntax, let me write directly. For example, now here I am writing accessibility modifier plus public. Okay, Praveen, wait, man. Public interface. I already read your question. Please wait. Don't repeat question again and again. I've seen already question. I'm not replying me. That is not relevant to answer now. Public interface. Interface name I'm taking I1. Abstract method I'm taking public abstract void M1. Plus I can add extra methods. What are the extra methods? Default implemented methods I can add. Public default void M2 I can write. Two methods. Also we can create public static void. This is M3, M4 and M4, M5. And I can create private static void M6 and private. This must contain body. Sorry, it must contain body. It must contain body. It must contain body. Next, private. What do you call? Return type is void. Method name is M7, open bracket, close. So one abstract method and n number of public default implemented, public static implemented, public private static, non-static methods we can create. Everyone understood? What is the purpose of private method? Same thing we do in interface also. So what is a functional interface? Why functional interface? How can we create functional interface? Okay. Now, tell me now. Once you create functional interface, shall we test in system? You are taking two access modifiers. Where I taken two? Teja? I didn't take into only one now. Let's try to create interface I1. If you write method without default keyword inside interface, compiler throw error. It considered as abstract method. Everyone, try to answer. I've written interface I1. Is it a functional interface? Is it a functional interface? No. Then what is it? it is a marker interface. Why? Empty interface. Okay, an interface that has that doesn't have any methods is called marker interface. Okay, I'm creating interface I2. Save it. Compile. Any compile time error? No. Second interface is it a functional interface? No. Now I'm adding void M1. Everyone should answer. Is it a functional interface? Yes. It's a functional interface. Why? One, abstract method interface. Okay. Now interface I3. Tell me. Here I'm writing void M1. Void. Is it a function? Not a functional interface. Why? More than one functional interface. Two live attending students, or you are replying? I'm checking your chat also. Okay. If keep reply so that you will understand everything. If you are not replying, you will not understand. So I'm covering entry questions also, not just teaching. Okay. Next. Interface I4. Interface I4. Interface I4. I'm creating, sometimes not visible, sometimes not audible. Online students, are you facing difficulty? Okay, 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute. Let me check with admin. Okay. Let me check with admin. Let me take broadband connection. Okay, it's currently working on Wi-Fi. 1 second wait. Okay. Guys, can you please check once? Is my voice good? Screen is good? Online students, YouTube attending students, can you please confirm? You also able to hear me and see me? No lagging? Okay, done. Let's continue. Now tell me, what is the story? Can I create an interface without method? Yes. Then we call it as what? Marker interface. Can I create interface with a single method? Yes. We call it as abstract method. Can I create interface more than one abstract method? Yes. Then what is it? It is not a functional interface, has more than one functional interface. Then what is it? It is a normal interface, or I want to call it as business interface. I want to call it as business object interface. Means it is declaring two operations according to its business. It declaring operations according to its business and forcing implementation classes to implement the methods. Okay. So tell me, from Java 8 version onwards, in which version functional interface is provided? 8 version. From Java 8 version onwards, uh, we have types of interfaces. Let's say types of interfaces. What do you write now? From Java 8 version onwards, we have 3 types of interfaces. What are the 3 types of interfaces? Number 1, marker interface. Number 2, functional interface. Number 3, business interface. These 2 interfaces doesn't represent object. Marker interface represent just a permission. Functional interface represent one mathematical operation. Business object interface represent one real world business functionality. So tell me, what is a marker interface? A empty interface, or an interface that doesn't have any methods, comma, I can say an empty interface means an empty interface is called marker interface. For example, tell me some of the examples of marker interface which you know. Clonable, serializable. Anything else? Clonable, serializable. These 2 are famous marker interfaces. Auto closable, not marker interface. It has method close. Okay. It has method. It's not a marker interface. Clonable, serializable. Random access. It doesn't have method. Okay. And in advance we have single thread model. Okay. Like this, we have a remote interface here. We have several methods available. Okay. Now tell me, when interface doesn't have method, what is the use of it? What the use of this interface, right? What the use of this marker interface? If you're asking me this question means you don't know core Java. You didn't complete core Java library. A marker interface is used for only giving type to the implementation class. Tell me, when I write a class C implements from I1, tell me, is this I1 type is provided to C or not? Okay. And from this I1, are you getting any methods? No. We are not getting any methods to implement. Interface is providing two things to the implementation class. Number one, type. Number two, declarations. Number one, type. Number two, declarations. So now it is providing only type, declarations not provided. Hence, this class no need to implement any methods. So a marker interface is used for only giving type to the implementation class to provide special permissions to execute some special logic on this implementation class object in another classes. For example, for calling clone method on an object of a class. Okay, for calling clone method on an object class, the class must implement what object? Clonable interface. Okay, a clonable marker interface provides permissions to the object class clone method to clone this current object. Okay, sir, what is cloning, sir? I didn't understand this, sir. Then you should, this is not the current topic to discuss. It itself will take 1 hour to 2 hours time. So just I am adding the points. When you learn core Java cloning concept, and then you will understand this topic. Okay, just I am notes part I am writing. So don't expect me to explain this point. It itself will take long time to complete. Next, for serializing a class object by using OOS dot write object method. This is IO stream chapter. OOS dot write object method. The argument object must implement which interface? Serializable interface. Okay, na? Yeah. What the meaning of serialization, sir? What the meaning of serializing? That's IO stream chapter. There you will learn. If you have not completed it, okay, your respective core Java faculty will teach you. Don't worry. Now finally, what is the current topic we need to understand? What is marker interface? So an interface that doesn't have any methods, in its body or in its body, means an empty interface is called what? Marker interface. Examples: clonable, serializable, random access, single thread model. Then what is the need of this marker interface when it doesn't have methods? A marker interface is not meant for implementing methods. It is used for only giving type to the implementation class, type to its implementation class. Why implement type? to provide special permissions to execute some special logic on this implementation class object in another class's methods. Okay, for example, for calling clone method on an object of a, okay, for cloning an object, you can write, let me write the time, for cloning an object by calling clone method. uh, this objects class, this objects class must implement clonable mark interface. For serializing a class object by using OS.write object method, the argument object must implement serializable marker interface. That's it, buddy. It's enough. Okay. And then next, let's move to the next point. What is a functional interface? And tell me, what is a functional interface? Ravin, understood? Your doubt cleared? Okay. Then now let me move to the next one. So if you give time to me, I will give you a clarity on your points also. Okay. What is a functional interface? An interface that has only one abstract method is called functional interface. Just now you will learn. Everyone tell me. Tell me what are the predefined functional interfaces we have. Do you know? For example, predefined functional interfaces. Runnable, comparable. Everybody feeling that functional interface is available from Java 5 version, Java 8 version. No. Runnable, comparable are available from Java 1.0. Comparable, so not comparable, comparator. Okay, runnable, comparator. Runnable available from 1.0, comparator available from 1.2 version. Before Java 8 itself, we have functional interfaces, but we do not have the terminology. Are you following? We do not have the terminology, but before we have these functional interfaces. We don't use the terminology. And what are the specially defined and newly defined Java 8 version functional interfaces? They are consumer, supplier, function. Okay, function. And then next one is what? Predicate. Okay, this all comes under what? Functional interfaces. What the use of functional interface? A functional interface is used for declaring one mathematical function, how to be implemented by a lambda expression. Okay, so what is the functional interface representing? Functional interface is representing declaring one mathematical function, okay, or representing mathematical function, and that to be implemented by a lambda expression. So observe, marker interface is meant for only providing type 2 implementation classes, whereas functional interface is meant for not providing just type. Type is not a target of functional interface. Type is not target. Functional interface target is what? Declaring one mathematical function to be implemented by lambda expression. Then we should use functional interface. Someone asked what the use of functional interface, sir. Now got clarity? Yeah? So whenever you want to implement one mathematical function, then first you create functional interface and then implement it by using lambda expression. That's it. Okay. And then next third point, tell me. Business, an interface that represents one. An interface that represents one real world object main type, comma, and declares multiple methods to represent its operations is called what a business object interface. For example, tell me, I'm creating one interface here, vehicle. Bolo, can you call it as a marker interface? No. Can we call it as a functional interface? No, because it is representing one mathematical operation. Sorry, it representing one real world object. Here I am creating, for example, for your understanding, what is that interface? Interface addition, open bracket, void add of int a, comma, int b. This is mathematical function. And here this is vehicle is a real world object, representing real world object. So we cannot call it as a functional interface. And inside we are creating method called vehicle starter, vehicle move, and vehicle stop, declaring three operations. So can expect everyone understand the three types of interfaces we are using in Java? Tell me, are all these three interfaces available before Java 8 version also? Yes, sir. But there is no specific names. Before Java 8 version, we have only two words, that is marker interface and interface. An interface that doesn't have any methods is called marker interface. A method that has interface is called what? Just interface. But from Java 8 onwards, a new term called what? Functional interface came into picture. Because functional interface is coming, then we started calling it as three words: marker interface, functional interface, and business object interface. Or we can call it as a normal interface or business object interface. What is a marker interface? In shortcut, marker interface, empty interface. What is a functional interface? One abstract method interface. What is a business object interface? Represents object comma multiple methods. Contains multiple methods. Okay. Can I hope all you people got clarity on this? If you have any doubts, please ask. Mangesh, just joined class. Huh? You are in regular class also not understanding, workshop also not understanding. What, man? What are you doing here? After explaining all points, you'll put a question what? Workshop also you are doing the same mistake. I don't know how to teach you. Really, I'm out of mind. I am really out of mind. You are just kidding me or what? In regular classes also same thing you do. Complete topic explanation is over and you are putting a question. What is marker interface? What is empty interface, sir? What is the use of empty interface you are asking? Already I explained. Your batch is also completed. Your batch already completed, right? I was team chapter already I taught. Serializable interface already explained. Their marker interface already explained. Now it is a revision. Again you are asking same question. What is the use of it? What are you doing, buddy? Check your learning process. You are in a wrong track. Yes or no? Okay, done. So check yourself, buddy. Okay, I already just now explained. An interface that doesn't have any methods in its body means an empty interface. What the use of? Clearly I have written also. A marker interface is used only for giving type to its implementation class to provide special permissions to execute some special logic to its implementation class object in another class methods. For example, cloning. Another example, serialization. These all already completed in your batch, right? You already learned. You forgot. After explaining also, you are again asking. After topic complete again, what the use? Okay. So try to change your way of learning. You are in a wrong track. Okay. Okay, now try to think once again. Same thing I used to tell you in the regular classes also. You didn't change. Now let's move to the next point, fifth topic. So we understood what is a functional interface, what is a why functional interface, and then next how can we create functional interface, and then how can we types of interfaces. Now you got clarity. Now I want you identify the type of or identify the interface type in the below list. Identify type of interface in the below list. And now the list I am already typed here. So tell me, what is this interface, Mangesh? Marker interface. And next, what is the type of interface is this? Functional interface. What type of interface is this? It is not a functional interface. It is a normal interface or business object interface. Then now I am writing. Someone asked the question, public or default two modifiers. They are not two modifiers. Okay, they are not two modifiers. People are in a wrong thought process. Look, void I'm creating here void m1 method. Void m1 method. Inside this method, I am creating, observe, default void m2 open bracket closed bracket. And tell me, is it a functional interface? Yes. Why? Abstract method. One abstract method plus default method. Is it a default method or default implemented method? You should not call it as default method. Generally, people are calling default. You should call it as default implemented method. Tell me, what is the accessibility modifier of this M1 method? Public, abstract. What are the accessibility modifiers of this method? Public default. This default is not accessibility modifier default. Many of the people are feeling that this is the default accessibility modifier default. No, this default accessibility modifier talking on what? Implementation body default. It is not talking about accessibility modifier default. Oh, no, sir, prove it, sir. Okay, I will prove it. Dekho. Compile, and you can decompile this code. How to decompile? How can I read the bytecode of this class? Open command prompt, open command prompt, and type here Java P space the interface name i4 after compilation. Look at here, compile from i1.java interface i4 public abstract void m1 public default. This default like abstract default is also a modifier. What it is telling? It is telling that this m2 method has a default implementation body. No need to implement in the implementation classes. So this method is what method? Public abstract. Many people are feeling it is a accessibility modifier. That is wrong. So tell me, everyone, what is this interface? Functional interface. Everyone easy na? Understood? Everyone try to answer my question. Here, I am creating one interface i5. My intention is I want to have functional interface. I want to make this interface as a functional interface. I created this as a functional interface and I have distributed to other developers. Then other developers are using this as a functional interface. Happily, days are going on. Now, suddenly one new developer joined in my same project. I resigned from this project. I moved to another project. Now the new developer hand over this project. He look at this interface and seen one new method is required to add. What he did, he made this M1 method. I mean, he has created one more method here, one more abstract method created here. Again, repeating the point, we want to make this interface as a functional interface. So we created only one abstract method, and then we shared this interface to all the people. Everybody is happily using it as a functional interface. Suddenly, one new developer came to this project and he want one more new functionality to add. He added one more method here, empty. Then tell me, now it becomes as functional interface or non-functional interface? Now it become non-functional interface, not a functional interface. So functional interface becomes not a functional interface. Why? Because 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 one more abstract method is added. Then now my question is, how can we stop? How can we stop adding extra functional interface knowingly or unknowingly? How can we guaranteely say this is a functional interface? I should tell to compiler, na? I should tell to compiler, array compiler, if anyone is adding extra method here, slap him. Okay, how can I tell? For that, we should use the annotation. What is the annotation? Functional interface. Okay, we should use the annotation called what? Functional interface annotation. By adding this @functional interface annotation, we are declaring this interface as a functional interface. If you try to add extra method here, compiler will throw error to the developer. Control 1. Look, we got compile time error. What the compile time error? Unexpected @functional interface annotation, because i6 not a functional interface. It is not my message, it is a compiler message. i6 is not a functional interface. It has multiple abstract methods. Okay, so if we add extra method, immediately I got what? Compile time error. So what to do? I should comment it. Then we are declaring. Up to now, did we declare it as a functional interface? No. Okay, we didn't declare as a functional interface. We just maintaining. Okay, we just maintaining this one abstract method so that it is considered as a functional interface. Now, what are you doing? We are declaring this interface as a functional interface explicitly. Where is going? Explicitly. Then, if we add more than one abstract method, we will get compile time. Okay, na? Everyone tell me. So, all you people got clarity on identifying what is functional interface, what is not functional interface? I'll show you some predefined interfaces. Can you tell me, are they functional interfaces or not? Clear screen. Java P, java.lang.runnable. Look at, is it a functional interface? Yes, because it has only one abstract method. Next, Java P, java.lang.comparable. Comparable. Comparable interface has only one functional interface, one abstract method, only one abstract method there. Is it also functional interface? Yes, but it is not declared as a functional interface. Okay, it is not declared as a functional interface, but it is a functional interface. Okay, na? Next, now I am writing Java P, Java P, Java dot util dot comparator. And tell me, is it a functional interface? Is it a functional interface? Everyone? No, no. Yeah. Everybody got trapped. Array, what you have to see? How many methods available or how many abstract methods available? How many abstract methods? How many abstract methods are there? Two abstract methods. Nice, 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 nice. So it is not a functional interface. Wrong answer. This abstract method is java.lang.object class, na? Am I right? What is this? It is java.lang.object class abstract method. Then, even though it is abstract method, I no need to implement it. In subclass, I no need to implement it. That means indirectly this interface contain only one abstract method. Twist అర్థమైందా? Understand the twist? All these are default and static methods. We can ignore them. We have two abstract methods available, compare and equals method. Equals method with the Boolean return type and parameter object. It is the java.lang.object class. When we write, ayo, sorry. When we write a class, implementing this interface, automatically this class also extending from java.lang.object class, na? In java.lang.object class already we have equals method with implementation body, na? Right? Now the method in this equals method inherited from there to here. Sorry. The method inherited from this object class into this implementation class C becomes the implementation of this equals method or not? Then should I implement this equals method? Not required. I have to implement only how many methods? One method only I should implement. So that means indirectly this interface contain only one abstract method? Yes. Can we call it as a functional interface? Yes. Very important entry question. Very, very important entry question. Shall we try this point? Go. Create one more interface. Copy, paste, add the function interface. I7. Now you cannot create one more abstract method M2. Now I'm creating Boolean equals of object obj semicolon. I have added at that functional interface, declaring it as functional interface. Added extra method, but it is a object class method. Object class abstract method you can ignore. Dekho, there is no compile time error. It is also functional interface. Now tell me what is this? Comparable. It is a functional interface, even though it has two abstract methods. Why? Because the equals method is object class method. Okay, comma. We no need to implement it. Hence, logically, there's a movie on the logically, blockbuster Pongolo. Hence, logically, technically. What is one more? What is there in that movie? This interface has actually, logically, technically, finally, blockbuster Pongala. It's not Balai Babu movie, right? It is Venkatesh Babu movie. This interface has only one abstract method. Okay. This twist point, everyone understand? So what is the question I have asked? Identify functional interface from the below list. YouTube live student. Mavila Surya. Interface is not extending by. Katak Toka. Do you understand difference between functional interface and business interface? You ask me how to identify difference between them. Only one abstract method is there, functional interface. More than one abstract method is there. It is business interface. ADEE, it is to compile time error, no? YouTube live student, ADEE. If you have two abstract methods and added at their functional interface, it leads to compile time error. Okay? It leads to compile time error. Sandeep Roy, love you too, buddy. Thank you. Everyone got clarity up to now? Any doubts? Shall I proceed to next points? While learning identifying these functional interfaces, we come to know, is there any predefined method like equals in functional interface there? Raghav, all object class methods are considered as non-abstract methods, even though you declare as abstract. From java.lang.object class, you can override 5 methods. Hash code equals toString, clone, and finalize. These 5 methods coming from object class, if you add them as an abstract method in a interface, they're considered as what? Non-abstract methods. Let me show you. Java p java.lang.object. Let me see. Okay, I'm adding final methods we cannot override anyways, right? Now I'm taking, this is a constructor remove. This is a final method remove. Hash code method, let it be there. Equals method can be there. Clone method can be there. ToString can be there. Notify all, wait. Remove, finalize. Okay. These methods Are there? Save it. Now I have added at the functional interface. Change its name to I8. Except these methods, anything you write, compile a throw error. Sorry, I have to compile here. Identifier expected. Okay, reference variable names I have to write. Parameter names. OBJ. Okay, for not having confusion, let me remove this. Remove this. Package names extra. Wait. Protected method, they are changing as public. This is public. Public to protected error will come. So clone method you cannot have here. Okay. So these are the overriding rules points. Okay. So it's this clone method. If I remove the protected, is not become object class method, no? Right. Okay, now look at that compile. Clone method that is violating the overriding principle from interface to the class, because from the object class the method is coming as protected. Inside interface by default method is public. Product to public, you cannot decrease the accessibility modifier. So that's why throwing error. You can use hash code equals to string. These three methods only we can use. Clone and finalize you cannot add, because clone and finalize methods are protected methods. Okay. Okay, clear? This point is clear. Thanks for asking this question. That's what, if you are more interacting, we'll get more knowledge. If you are not interacting, sit silently, then interface methods cannot be protected. If you are keep asking questions, more knowledge will get. More discussion will be there. So I will always encourage you ask the questions. As many questions as you can ask, you can ask. Next, public. If you add it as a public, compiler throw error. Why? Object class method is protected. Interface method is public. Now decreasing the accessibility modifier, you are violating the overriding rule. So it leads to compile it. Okay. So I have to comment this just for reference purpose, for your understanding. I'm leaving them. Now finally, hope you got clarity on identifying which method is, which interface is functional interface, which interface is non-functional interface. You got clarity, right? Okay, done. Next, some predefined functional interface also you got clarity. Then now let me proceed next point. What is that? Here, when declaring interface as a functional interface, we use @functional interface. Sixth one, how can we guarantee that interface has only has only one abstract method? What is the answer? Declare this interface with a @functional interface annotation. Okay. Now tell me, 8th point, 7th point. What is @functional interface? It is an annotation. Hello. Like interfaces, annotations are also three types: marker annotation, single value annotation, multi-value annotation. Okay, what is that? Marker annotation, single value annotation, multi-value annotation. Tell me, at the rate function interface, at the rate functional interface is what type of interface? Below. Is it asking you pass any value in the parenthesis here? After functional interface, are you passing any value? No. Single value or more than one value? No. Then what we call it as marker. Marker means not representing any value. So the at the rate functional interface is a marker annotation. What the use of it? It is used for declaring an interface as a functional interface to allow to have only one abstract method. When we declare, okay, if after declaring, after applying at the rate functional interface to an interface, we cannot add more than one abstract method. It leads to compile timer. Online students, everyone listen. Can you hear me? Someone saying that cannot hear. Okay, so this is the story about functional interface, all points. Can I expect everyone understand? Then, now moving to the proceeding to the next last point in functional interface. What is a generic functional interface? Comma, what the use of it? Okay, what is the use of it? What is a generic functional interface? What is the use of it? Tell me. Akash, just to tell, it is a special interface, special programming element. We use marker interface. For example, you have used in a core Java method overriding, you have used at the rate override. To tell a programming element is a special kind. We use marker annotation. I want to give some values to the programming element. We use single value or multi-value annotation. I want to tell my method is a overriding method. At the rate override is a marker annotation. Okay, na? YouTube live students, able to hear me? Is my voice clear to you? Now, what is a generic functional interface? And in a functional interface that has or that is declared with generic syntax. Generic syntax is called generic functional interface. For example, tell me what I write now. Same keyword, interface name I1, open bracket, close bracket. Here inside I'm writing void m. Tell me, is it a, of course, at the rate. 1 second, sir. I forgot to write one statement. Is at the rate functional interface. Using @ functional interface. Mandatory in creating functional interface. What is your answer? Is using @ functional interface mandatory in functional interface? What is your answer? Yes or no? No. Big no. 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 Okay. It is optional. As long as you won't create more than one abstract method, it is considered as what a functional interface. Okay. Even though, okay, even though it is not mandatory, the usage of @ functional interface is recommended. For what purpose? To tell to other developers and compiler it is a functional interface. Don't add and don't allow more abstract methods. Okay, clear? Okay. Now let me write here. If I write just interface I1, is it a functional interface? Yes, but it is recommended to write functional interface. Tell me, is it a generic or non-generic? Non-generic. I'm taking one parameter called int I1 or int A comma int B. Non-generic functional interface takes only int type values. Always accepts only int type values. Is it clear? If I want float type values, can I add one more method here? Compiler call nearer and slap. For a tumri fellow, you have added @ functional interface. You told me it is accepts only one abstract method. You are adding extra abstract method, then compiler throw error. So what should I do now? I have to create one more functional interface. Interface I2. Interface I2. Sorry. This is a parameter type I have to change. Double. Everyone, tell me now. What should I do now? I should create another functional interface, and here I should add this method. Easier. It is a non-generic functional interface, always accepts only double type values. Abhi bolo. I want to add 2 characters. Then, 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 one more method, one more functional interface I have to create. I3 with what? Character. Whenever you are trying to change the parameters, again and again you have to create one more functional interface, one more functional interface, one more functional interface. Then tell me, hello, number of functional interfaces are increasing or not? When number of functional interfaces are increasing, I should remember those many functional interface names. Number of Java files are increasing, number of .class files are increasing, project size is increasing. Na? Is it right approach or wrong approach? Wrong approach. Hai. Bolo, right approach kya hai? In Java 5 version, we have a new concept called create an interface with Angular bracket. This Angular bracket is called generic syntax. Following by specify the T. T stands for type. Here, if you write string, this is a specific type. This interface is working only with what? String type, specific type. You want to work with a specific type or any type? Any type. Then write T, T1 or TA, and here also TB. This is called generic type. What is the advantage of generic type? This is generic functional interface accepts any type of values dynamically. Any type of values dynamically. Okay, clear? Any type of values it accepts. No need to create multiple functional interface when you want to change the value. No need to define multiple functional interfaces to take different type of values. Everyone understand? So tell me, in project, you are expecting me to create what type of functional interface? Normal functional interface? Generic functional interface. Generic functional interface is recommended, not normal functional interfaces. Okay. Next, I have a question. Show your talent. Sir, this is generic functional interface will take what? Type, both what? Same type. I don't want same type. First parameter is one type, int, second parameter another type, double. Then what should I do? Then you have to write T comma U. T comma U. U. Sir, why U, sir? PQRSTU. T is stands for type. U stands for next type. After T, what is the letter, man? U, na? PQRSTU. Here T you write, here you write. Generic functional interface accepts two different type of values. Okay. Sir, where to specify type, sir? Okay, I'll tell you that later. First, you accept it. I'll tell you how to provide, how to specify type and all. I will tell you. Then, next, sir, I want functional interface with one parameter and two and return type, sir. one parameter and return type, sir. Then what I should write? Give some examples. These are not examples, sir. Narendra. What are your examples you're expecting? Tell me, I'll give those examples. Without learning A, B, C, D, you are asking me to teach words, grammar, spelling. Come on, Betty. What I should write here? Return type. One parameter, one return type. Return type na R. Okay. Now I am taking return type here R. So generic parameter, generic interface accepts one type value and returns another type value. Okay, na? Tell me. I want you write generic interface, generic functional interface that takes same type, returns also same type. Input is same type, return type also same type. What do you write? One angular, excellent, super. One generic type is sufficient, TT. Parameter also T, return type also T. Okay, accepts and returns. Accepts and returns. Same type of value. Okay, accepts and returns same type value. Can you tell me how to write? I want two parameters of same type, one return type. How to write functional interface? Two parameters of same type, T, T. But return type is different, comma R. Okay, here what you write? R. Are you getting clarity on generic functional interface, how to create? Generic functional interface accepts. Okay, you can understand. Now I'm removing the comments. Okay, then tell me. I want two different parameters, different return type. Then what you write? T comma U comma R. Here what you write? T U and return type is what? R. Is in a generic functional interface? So tell me, what is a generic function interface? A functional interface that is declared with the generic syntax is called what? Generic functional interface. For example, at the rate functional interface. What do you write? Public. Okay, public not required. Interface. Addition, angular bracket, T, open bracket, closure bracket, void, add of T, T1 comma, T, T2. Someone asked to give me example, sorry, the example, Abhina? Someone asked, who is that name, that person name? What is the use of generic functional interface? Nagaraj Reddy. Okay, na? So you are asking this is as an example. Is anything else you have in your mind? What the use of generic functional interface? With a single functional interface declaration, we can accept different type of values with generic. Okay, with generic functional interface, we no need to create multiple functional interfaces for taking or for accepting different type of values as arguments and for returning different type of values. More than 2 types, then as many types you want, right? Those many generics you want, right? T comma, U comma, V comma. Okay. So with this, we completed functional interface. Understood? Saksham, if you take object type as a parameter, can you restrict this type of value only should pass? I want to my functional interface, I want only double type value. Can you restrict? If you take method parameter as an object, you can pass anything, but I want restrict to pass only object. Other than double anything pass, compiler should throw error. That facility is not available with object. With the generic, we have that facility. Okay. Is it clear, guys, everyone? So what are the points we discussed in this functional interface? Totally 10 points, detailed, including interviews also we learned every point. Shall we recollect quickly once all points? What are the points we discussed? Let us revise so that first one, what is a functional interface? An interface that has only one abstract method is called functional interface. Why functional interface? It is used for enabling functional programming in Java. And also used for providing target type to develop Lambda expression for storing and passing as an argument. How can we create functional interface? By using the keyword interface, and inside functional interface, we should create only one abstract method. We are allowed to create multiple default methods, default implemented methods, static implemented methods, private and non-static methods. If I create a functional interface with one abstract method and java.lang.object class method as abstract, still it is considered as a functional interface method. We have three types of interfaces. From Java 5 onwards, we have three types of interfaces. First one is marker interface, functional interface, business object interface. Marker interface meant for only, marker interface is an empty interface. It is only meant for marking or providing type to the subtypes to treat them as a special types to execute some special logic like cloning and serializing. Next, business object interface, functional interface is a single abstract method interface. It is used for representing one mathematical operation by declaring one abstract method. For next, functional interface is mainly used for representing mathematical operation and implementing it by using Lambda expression. Business object interface is an interface that represents real world object and its operations. A business object interface contains more than one abstract method. Okay. How to identify the interface type? A interface without methods, abstract method, without abstract methods, it is a marker interface. A interface that has more than one method, it is a business object method, business object interface. A method that has only one abstract method and more than one default or static or what do you call private and static methods, it's a functional interface. How can we guarantee that an interface has only one abstract method? Declare it by using @functional interface annotation. What is @functional interface annotation? It is a marker annotation. It is used for declaring a interface as a functional interface for allowing only one abstract method to create. If you add functional interface annotation to the interface, and if you create more than one functional interface, more than one abstract method, compiler throw error. Is using @functional interface annotation mandatory in creating functional interface? Let me write like this. Is it? Answer is what? No. Okay, it is just recommended. What is generic functional interface? An interface that is declared with the generic syntax is called generic functional interface. What the use of it? It is used for creating one functional interface to accept different type of values as argument and for returning different type of values as return value. Okay, clear? With the generic functional interface, we no need to create multiple functional interfaces. If you all practice them, then we can tomorrow we learn one last point. Nagaraj Reddy, what I should explain detailed, man? What is your doubt? Did you join class late? What in the middle you joined? Already I explained, man. Everything detailed only I explained. I didn't explain anything in detail. I mean, not in detail. Explain again. Yeah. Examples also I wrote. So if you join late, maybe you face problem. Okay. What are the different combinations of input and outputs required for a functional interface? This point is very interesting. Tomorrow, we will learn this point following by predefined functional interfaces. Okay, clear? What are the different combination of input and outputs required for a functional interface? So tomorrow we are launching this topic. From here, we are going to predefine functional interfaces. There are totally 43 functional interfaces, all we are learning. Vivek, it is just like a method inheritance. From the class, how we are accessing, same way. Constructor is not meant for methods to call. Constructor is meant for initializing variables in the class. Have you faced name clash error? What is the meaning of name clash, Digvijay? Okay, first you confirm all the points, these 10 points, everyone understood? Everyone, still any doubts? YouTube live students? Okay. Right. So tomorrow onwards, everyone should join WebEx link. Okay. If you join WebEx link, then you can more interact with me. So WebEx link admin will mention in the YouTube comment. You can join there. Okay, now? Now, let me share you Google Classroom link for the students who not joined yesterday. I'll upload this entire material to the Google Classroom. Give me 2 minutes. If you have already joined Google Classroom, can leave the class. People who didn't join Google Classroom, please wait. Today class is completed. You said you don't have any doubts, you can leave for the day. I'll upload material to the Google Classroom. You can read all points and expecting everyone to practice. Practice means please write notes. Maintain your own running notes. And the students who didn't join Google Classroom, only join. If you have already joined, please don't join again. Okay? Because there is a limitation in Google Classroom. You cannot join many students. If you have already joined, don't join. If you have already joined, don't join. Please don't create problems to others. Same link. Yesterday given Google Classroom link only, I'm giving today also. Nothing new. If you don't have doubts, you can leave for today. If you have doubts, you can ask. Classroom full. No, check once. There is no chance. Pratiksha, it's already there in the YouTube, no? Okay. So hope all people join Google Classroom. Shall I drop the session? Shall I close the session? So people who don't have any doubts can leave the class, or people who join the Google Classroom can leave the class, so that I will get clarity that no student has the problems. Arey yaar, what you guys are doing? Rishi, I shared it again. Check. Okay. Shall I stop the session? Thank you all for attending the session. See you all tomorrow. Tomorrow class at 11:10. Everyone should join the class at 11:10 tomorrow.